What's up guys, it's Alyssa here. So today's video is about let's get weird. So there might be some movements that we do, little flows that we do that might seem a little weird, and they may not. I might just think they're weird. But we're just gonna have fun with our flow today. It's just really about moving the body, moving the energy around, just having fun. And so you might want some blocks for this practice. You don't necessarily need them, but if you feel comfortable having blocks, I always highly recommend using them. So let's start the video and let's get to it. So coming down to our seated choice, so whether that's Sukhasana with the legs crossed or Virasana in a kneeling position, but finding what feels good. Maybe you have the legs extended out in Dandasana or a staff pose. Hush. Hush. You're gonna go in your cage if you're gonna do crap like that. Trying to shoot a video. So coming down to our seated choice, so whether you come into Sukhasana or cross-legged, or you go into Virasana or kneeling or hero pose, or maybe you're feeling like you want to do a lotus position. I'm just kidding, you don't have to do a lotus position. But if you're feeling it, you're more than welcome to drop into Padmanasana. So, do you think? So growing tall in the spine. Together we're just going to take 3 breaths. So taking that inhale in, send the breath down into the belly, deep into the belly as it expands out. Exhale, squeezing the belly towards the spine. Release every bit of air as you release everything that no longer serves you. Excuse me as I took a second to say that. Take another big inhale in, send the breath down into the belly, getting to really feel yourself grounding onto your mat. Exhale it all out. And one more breath. On that exhale, beginning to really feel yourself arriving into the moment. So before we begin the practice, I want you to really take a second to begin to release expectations that you have for yourself, for where you're at in your practice today, and just really let it go and have fun. And as this video is called Let's Get Weird, let's get weird. So taking a big inhale, we're going to extend the arms out to a T. Really press the heart forward as you open it. Maybe taking the gaze up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, whatever you're looking at. On that exhale, you're going to round your spine, send the fingertips forward. I'm going to take one breath here. Inhale, open up wide, send the heart forward. Exhale, round the spine, take it down. Inhale, open it. Exhale, really beginning to feel the movement in the body. We send it forward. Inhale, open it up. Exhale as we round. So finding a little more groovier version of our seated cat-cow groovier version. Excuse me. Exhale, send it forward. We're going to do 2 more. Just really let loose here. Have fun with it. One more inhale as we open up wide. And then exhale, we're going to reach forward as we round. On the next inhale, send the fingertips all the way up above you. Then on that exhale, we're going to fold down over the legs as we take 2 breaths. Work into those hips. Soften into the body a little bit more. Begin to release yourself from the mind. And when those thoughts arise, we just come back to the breath. It's going to happen. It's not abnormal. You're not doing it wrong just because there's a thought. We're gonna lift up on the fingertips here. So take an inhale, come up halfway on our exhale. We're just gonna begin to rock from side to side. Make it as not so weird as possible, or make it as weird as possible. In my classes, I sometimes like to throw people off by doing weird things or weird movements, so it's fun. Keeps it exciting. Keeps you on your toes. We're gonna do one more. Rock it from side to side. I wish I could think of a song to sing right now, but I can't. Take another inhale. We're gonna come through the center. On your exhale, we're gonna work the hands over towards the right knee. And we really want to extend out through that left hand to stretch into our left side body. Keep pressing that left hip bone down in towards the mat. And on your next big inhale, work this to the fingertips up above us. Come back up through to center. On the exhale, we're going to release the hands down to our lap. And then what I want you to do is begin to really notice, we're bringing awareness into the core here. So draw or knit the lower rib cage in towards each other. Draw up in that tall spine, ground those sit bones down. And we're gonna find a little like Shakira dance move in here. Again, just have fun with it. So we're just beginning to draw circles, but you wanna really centralize it in the core here. To really, so what we're doing is kind of warming up the core. We're not trying to like really circle the whole body. We're just centralizing the movement in the core. Doesn't matter what direction you go. Just keep breathing and keep moving. Maybe beginning to feel the core warming up a little bit. Maybe you don't feel it yet. You can sing your little hips don't lie if you want me to sing some hips don't lie. We're going to reverse the motion, go the opposite direction. Keep breathing. We're going to do 2 more circles. And then on the next big inhale, send the fingertips up above you. On your exhale, we're going to begin to turn the torso towards that left knee as we fold down. So again, we're extending out through the right fingertips to stretch into that right side body as we press the right hip bone down towards the mat. And then on that next inhale, send the fingertips up above you. Exhale, find a twist to the right. Inhale, come back through to center. Taking the gaze up towards the hands. Exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, come back up through to center. Exhale, twist to the right for one more. Inhale, really feeling it. Feel that body, wake it up. Exhale, we take it to the left. Your next inhale, when you come through to center, we're going to extend those arms up. Exhale, bring the knees in towards the chest. We're going to bring the hands to the knees. You can wrap the arms, give yourself a hug. Find your tall spine as you reach your heart forward. We're going to tuck the chin. Take 2 breaths. On your next inhale, send the gaze back up through to center. Exhale, option here to slide the hands to the backs of the thighs or extending the fingertips forward. As we begin to lean back slightly, keep the heart lifted as we lift the feet coming into our boat pose. So keeping the calves parallel to the mat. Reach the heart forward, drawing the knees in towards the chest. You can have the hands on the backs of the thighs. Maybe we're shaking a little bit. I know I'm shaking a little bit. Then on your next exhale, we're going to begin to extend all the way out. So we're coming down into the low boat. So we want to bring the low back all the way down to the mat. But we're keeping the legs hovered. We're keeping the head and chest hovered. Take 2 breaths. And exhale. Release everything down to the mat. From here, we're going to keep that right leg extended all the way out. We're going to bring our left knee in towards our chest. Begin to hug it down towards the rib cage. And then on your next exhale, we're going to begin to lift the nose up towards the knee. Inhale, lower the head back down. On the exhale, we're going to take that left leg, we're going to cross it over to the right as we find a supine twist. So we're going to take that left hand to a goalpost or to a T, half T. And then your right hand can just rest on top of the leg. Always remembering in our supine twist, you want to make sure that your shoulder blades are still planted. So you just come out of the twist a little bit if your shoulder blades are not coming down to the mat. We're going to take one more breath here. And then this is where it's going to get a little weird. So take a big inhale. Send the left fingertips up above you. On the exhale, you're going to send those left fingertips all the way over to the right as you roll up onto your right side. And then you're going to continue the trek as you send yourself all the way onto your belly. So once you come onto your belly, we're going to bring ourselves up onto our forearms. And then we want to check in and make sure that our our left knee and ankle are in line. But you want to kind of send it out so you can begin to stretch into that inner thigh. So coming into a half frog pose is what we're doing here. So from here, once you're on your belly, you've got yourself positioned, you can stay up and stay lifted on the forearms, or you begin to walk the hands forward as you release down to your belly. We're going to take 3 breaths here. And then on your next exhale, begin to walk the hands back towards you as you lift up. If you didn't already, if you didn't stay lifted, you're going to begin to roll back all the way over onto that right side. We're sending that left knee back in towards our chest. So we might be rolling off the yoga mat here. Don't even worry about it. Begin to send the fingertips up above you. Take an inhale, and then on your exhale, we're going to lift our head and chest up. And we're going to let that right foot come off of the mat as we hover here, bringing our left leg to about a 90-degree angle. I said about, doesn't have to be exactly. Keep hovering. On your next exhale, switch your legs. Bring that right knee in towards your chest. Release the left leg all the way down. Head and chest come down. Hug that right knee in towards the outer rib cage. I'm going to scooch myself on the mat a little bit more. Just in case I go off frame, I don't know. And next exhale, lifting the nose up towards the knee. Inhale, lower your head and chest back down. Exhale, right leg is going to cross all the way over to the left. Find that supine twist. Taking 3 breaths. Inhale, we're taking the right fingertips up over us. Exhale, continue the trek as you roll up onto your left side, eventually making your way all the way onto your belly. Lift up on the forearms. Bring that right knee in line, or right ankle in line with the right hip. Coming into that other side of our, half frog. And then from here, option to stay lifted on the forearms, or you release down and then lay down. So we're taking 3 breaths here. Hello, belly. Belly hasn't been fed yet. And then on your next exhale, we're sliding ourselves back up onto our forearms if we're not already there. And then very gently beginning to make that trek all the way back onto our backs as we take that right knee in towards our chest. On the exhale, bringing that right knee to a slight 90-degree angle. Lift the left foot off of the mat as we lift the head and chest, coming into a little core work here. Exhale, we're just going to draw the left knee in with the right. Take the hands to the backs of the thighs. Keep that head and chest lifted. And then from here, we're going to rock and roll up and down the spine. Maybe we do it once. Maybe we do it twice. Maybe we do it 3 times. Till we eventually come all the way up as we plant the feet. Take the hands down to the side. We're going to lift up to standing as we come into a forward fold. So big inhale as we lift up halfway. And exhale, softens us down. Bend the knees as much as you can. Allow the belly to just rest on top of the thighs. From here, grabbing a hold of opposite elbow. We're going to begin to ragdoll from side to side. Keep connecting to the breath. Relax the muscles of the face. Bring yourself to stillness, releasing the elbows. Inhale, come up halfway once more. Exhale, soften down. On the next inhale, we root to rise. Press the feet down into the mat. Inhale, send the fingertips up above you. Exhale, reaching the heart. Hands down to heart center. Reach the thumb up toward the, oh my gosh, I'm doing great today. Reach the thumb up towards the sternums, towards the thumbs. Hello, hello. Excuse me. Nice inhale. Send the fingertips up above you. On your exhale, bring a soft bend into the knee. We're going to round the spine like we're coming down into that forward fold. But then on our inhale, we're sending it all the way back up, fingertips reaching. Exhale, softly bend the knees, round the spine. Inhale, rolls us all the way back up. 2 more. Exhale, softly bend the knees, roll it down. Inhale, come all the way back up. And last one on that exhale, we're softly rolling it down. Inhale, come all the way back up. On that exhale, we're going to take the fingertips to heart center. Draw the left knee up in towards your chest. Take one breath as you ground yourself here. And big inhale, send the fingertips up above you. Exhale, sending that left foot back behind us. You're going to step it back into a high lunge. Take an inhale, send the arms up above you. On the exhale, you're going to lift back off into that right foot. And you're going to draw the left knee in towards your chest, kind of rounding the spine. Inhale is going to send it back into that high lunge. Step the foot back. Extend the fingertips up. Exhale, root down into that right leg. Draw the knee in towards your chest as you round the spine. You can just take the fingertips down toward your hips. Inhale, reach it up. Come back into high lunge. Last one. Exhale, sending that knee up, round the spine. Inhale, come all the way back up with that left knee in toward your chest. Exhale, you're going to release the left foot down. Bend the knees, sink the hips back, coming into chair. Keeping the hands to heart center. Sink it down. Squeeze those glutes. One more breath. And on your next inhale, arms extending back up, left knees coming back in towards our chest. Exhale, we're going to send it back, coming into a warrior 3, so leg extends back. Square the hips. Take a big inhale. Reach the fingertips towards the hips. Exhale, bend that right knee. Release the left toes down. Inhale, come up into high lunge. Exhale, send it back into a slight back bend. Inhale, back through to center. Then on our exhale, we're going to take our left foot, sending it forward, seeing if we can place left ankle on top of that right thigh, finding a little figure 4, coming into a standing pigeon pose, or a 3-legged chair. I've also heard it called that. Take an inhale. Exhale, sink it a little bit deeper. Inhale, we're going to rise up, and you're just going to cross the left leg on top of the right. So cross leg in here, big inhale. And exhale, fold at your hips as you can begin to fold down over the legs. So if we brought blocks into the practice, this may be a good place to have your blocks placed underneath the hands. On your next exhale, you're going to uncross that left leg, send the foot all the way back behind you. So we want to send ourselves up into a runner's lunge, reaching the heart forward, right knee over the ankle. Exhale, you're going to release your left knee down, untucking the toes, plant your left hand, big inhale, right fingertips extend up as we come into a twist. Exhale, begin to straighten that right leg as much as you can as you release the right fingertips down, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana or half splits. Inhale, we're going to walk it forward. On the exhale, taking that right foot out to the edge of the mat. We want to make sure toes are going out, heel is coming in. Right hand is going to the top of that right knee. Really begin to press your leg away from you as you come to the knife edge of that foot. So we're really it's like we're trying to get away from the leg here. So we open the heart. Keep pressing into that left hand. Notice if you're crashing here. Finding that body awareness. Exhale, plant your foot, heel toe it back to the center of the mat. Plant that right hand down to the mat, tuck the left toes, lifting that left leg. Step your right foot back, we're coming into our high plank, so you always have the option to release the knees here. Cultivate strength, take one more breath. Exhale, release the knees, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, head and chest lifts into that low cobra. Exhale, we're going to lower back down. Then from here, we're going to slide our fingertips back towards our hips. Inhale, we're going to lift that head and chest once more as we lift both hands. Then on your exhale, we're going to send the fingertips forward, finding a little Superman motion here. Inhale, reach the fingertips back. Exhale, swing the fingertips forward. One more, inhale, send them back. Exhale, release the forehead down to the mat. Planting the hands. Big inhale, we're going to press back up into our plank. On that exhale, take it back to a downward facing dog for 2 breaths here. So just taking a second to find what's going to feel good on the body this morning or this evening or this afternoon, whenever we're doing this video. Take one more breath here. On the next exhale, walk the hands forward into your forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale as we soften down. Inhale, root to rise. Extend those fingertips up above you. On this exhale, we're keeping it moving. Take the hands to heart center, right knee in towards your chest. Find your balance. On your next exhale, we're going to extend the fingertips towards the hips. Take that right leg. You're going to step it all the way back, coming onto the toes, or you can plant the foot. Coming into a high lunge, so take an inhale, send the fingertips up above you. On the exhale, shift forward into your left foot. Draw the knee in towards your chest as you round. Inhale, come back up into that high lunge. Exhale brings us forward. Inhale, send it back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale, last one, bring it forward. Inhale, we're just going to extend ourselves up. Keep that left knee in toward your chest. On your next exhale, you're going to send that right foot back behind you, coming into a warrior 3 as I fall over. On your next exhale, bend that left knee. Right toes come down. Inhale, send the fingertips up. Exhale, find a slight back bend. Inhale, through to center. On the exhale, we're sending that right knee through, right ankle on top of the left thigh, as we sink the hips back, coming into our standing pigeon. your next inhale, we're going to begin to extend that left leg. Right leg crosses completely over the left. Inhale, extend the arms up. And exhale, we find that forward fold. On your next exhale, we're going to uncross that right leg, extend it all the way back, coming into a runner's lunge. So we're lifting up on the fingertips, take the gaze forward. Exhale, you're going to release your right knee down, untucking the toes. Plant your right hand to the inside of that left foot. Inhale, extend the left fingertips out. On your next exhale, you begin to straighten your left leg as much as you can as you send the left fingertips down, folding over that left leg, coming into that half split. On your next exhale, walk the hands forward, plant your foot, heel toe, that left foot to the edge of the mat, toes out, heel in. The right hand plants to the mat, left hand to that left knee, press your leg away from you. Tell it to get away. Just kidding. It's always how I feel with this pose. It's like we're really like, do not want our leg to be anywhere near us. And on that next exhale, plant the foot, heel toe it back to the center of the mat. Plant your left hand down. We're going to tuck those right toes as we lift that right leg. Coming in to our second but final plank pose. So take 3 breaths here. Really cultivate your strength. One more. On that exhale, send the hips up and back to your last and final downward facing dog. Really cherish it for this time. On your next exhale, release the knees down to the mat, coming into tabletop. You need to kind of cool the body down. Take an inhale. We're going to kind of flow into a cat-cow. So take 2 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, come back through to that neutral tabletop. So beginning to swing the feet out to the side. We're all going to come down to seated as we meet in our staff pose, Dandasana. So legs extended out in front of us as we draw the toes back towards the face. Relax the hands down to your side. Maybe we take the fleshy areas out of the way. Draw the tall. Take 2 breaths. This is one of those poses that it seems super easy, but it's a very active pose. Big inhale, send the fingertips up above you. On your exhale, you're going to reach them forward, almost like you're in a fold down. Inhale is going to send us all the way back up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, come all the way back up. On that exhale, when we begin to reach forward, we're going to grab a hold of our right leg, slide it in towards your chest. We're bringing that right foot to our left inner thigh. And a big inhale, extending the right fingertips up. On the exhale, we're taking them up and over like we're trying to grab a hold of that left foot, left toes. Roll your right shoulder open, so you're really opening up through the heart here. Take a big inhale. We're going to come all the way back up through the center. Exhale, right fingertips are going to go back behind us. Inhale, left fingertips come up and over. Inhale, come through to center. On your exhale, left hand's going to release to the inside of that left leg. Right fingertips are going to extend back up and over. Inhale, come up through to center. Exhale, left fingertips extend back. And then inhale, we're going to come up through to center. Exhale, bring that right knee in, back and towards the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs. Take 1 breath. On that exhale, we're extending the right leg out. Grab a hold of the left leg, slide it in. Left foot to the inner right thigh. Inhale, left fingertips extend up. And exhale, we take it over. Next inhale, send the left fingertips up. Exhale, take them back. Right fingertips come up as we send them up and over. Inhale, send the right fingertips down to the inside of that right leg. Exhale, send the right fingertips up, or left fingertips up and over. Inhale, back up through to center. Exhale, right fingertips back. Inhale, come through to center on the exhale, taking those left legs extended forward. Right arms, both arms are extended up above us. On your exhale, round your spine, begin to send it down to your back. Eventually making our way down. We're going to slide our feet in towards our sit bones. Take an inhale, right leg is going to extend up above us. On the exhale, cross it over the left. Inhale, press into the heel, take the hips over to the right. Exhale, find a twist to the left. If this is too intense of a twist for us, you can just uncross the legs and stack the legs on top of the legs. But remembering that our shoulder blades are still planted. Inhale, slowly bring everything back through to center. Exhale, uncross the legs. On your next inhale, send that left leg up, cross it over the right. Exhale, shift the hips over to the left as you allow the knees to fall to the right. Inhale, bring everything back through to center. And on that exhale, I want you to just begin to release everything, extending the body out. Reaching the hands down towards the hips, just allow them to fall off the mat as the palms face up. The breath is flowing back to its natural rhythm. And give yourself a little smile. Hopefully you had fun with this flow today. And always knowing that sometimes Shavasana, or corpse pose, is a difficult pose for some people to do. They don't like to lay on their backs. They don't like the quietness for 5 minutes or however long. So you always have the option. I like to give the option of you can draw your knees up and towards your chest, because sometimes maybe it's a little intense on the low back. So just bringing the knees up towards the sit bones. Or you can roll onto your favorite side, come into that, what we call a rebirth pose, or your fetal position. Or if you're just really feeling it for your practice today, and you're not really wanting, maybe you're doing this in the morning, you're not wanting to fall back asleep by doing Shavasana, you can always come up to seated and meditate for 5 to 10 minutes, however long you want to meditate for, 2 minutes. Finding whichever posture is going to really help us to just allow. You really don't want to not do this pose. You do not want to miss out on Shavasana. You want to allow your body to relax and allow it to really absorb everything that you just did for it. Be finding what's going to work for you. And then sinking in. Stay here for as long as you'd like. And I thank you always for coming to practice with me. As the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.